Let me ask you guys a question. What is better, Marvel or DC? Look, I'm not really in the comic books, so I have no idea. But when it comes to movies, hey man, the MCU is crushing the DCEU right now. But who knows, with Aquaman, Wonder Woman, those successes in the box office, hey man, the DCEU, they might have something to say. And depending on how this Black Adam movie goes, hey man, the DCU, they might make they might be making some noise in 2021. So I want to talk about the Black Adam movie and the future of the DCEU in this video, so stay tuned. What's up, Urban Acolyte fam? My name is Prince and I'm an Urban Acolyte. I want to talk about Black Adam and the DCEU in this video. Yeah, I know this is kind of new territory for me, but hey man, the hero's journey is all over the place. That's what we talk about here. The hero's journey, superheroes, and how you can take those lessons and apply them to your life. If you're brand new here and that sounds like something you might be interested in, you want to take a deeper dive into geek culture, hey man, make sure you click that subscribe button and join the Urban Acolyte community. But anyway, I wanted to talk about Black Adam because, believe it or not, it's finally happening. The Rock tweeted out you don't tweet on Instagram. He was on the gram a few 2 weeks ago. I meant to do this video 2 weeks ago, but I was sick. And he said that he is preparing for Black Adam. The movie goes into production in July of this year, July 2020. It is going down. Black Adam has a release date, December 22nd, 2021. So they've got, hey man, it's less than 2 years out, right? They get the movie filmed and shot and everything this summer, goes into post-production, and then they ramp out the marketing hype next fall, and it should drop as a Christmas movie. So it'll drop 2 years after Aquaman came out, and Aquaman killed it in the box office, smashed it. Wonder Woman smashed it in the box office. Shazam did really well in the box office, right? Now, what does this say about the DCEU and the future of the DCEU, right? The fact that I know that they're working on the Batman, a young Batman movie, right? But Superman, we've not gotten a good Superman movie, right? Superman, the Man of Steel, people didn't like it. Then the Justice, Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, people didn't like it. But people, Justice League, people really didn't like it. And I don't know, we've had this weird thing happening with the DCEU. People really liked Wonder Woman. People really liked Aquaman. Not just people in America. People around the world loved Aquaman. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I have a feeling that Aquaman smashed it in the box office in international venues. And you got to think about the fact that sometimes movie tickets are cheaper. So that's just something to think about when you look at these the money that movies make internationally. Sometimes the tickets are cheaper. Where I was going with this, right? You got 3 movies that have killed it from the DCU, and then you got Joker. Joker was a different kind of thing, right? Suicide Squad I really loved, but people had mixed feelings on that. They got Suicide Squad 2. Shout out to Mei Ling my homegirl. She's playing in that one. No idea how it's going to be, or how it's going to do. I haven't followed it much, but I'm definitely going to see it, if for no other reason to support Mei Ling. The Birds of Prey, the Harley Quinn movie, that's something that's kind of different, kind of a Suicide Squad type movie. We'll have to wait and see how that does. But these 3 movies, the hero movies, where you have, actually, the Harley Quinn movie is going to have some heroes in it. They're doing some interesting things. I might have to do a video on that. I haven't watched the trailers, but I might have to do a video on that because there's some interesting things happening there that I do want to talk about. But getting back to the big 3 hero movies, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Shazam. The significance of this and where I'm going with this, and it's something that, hey, the GOAT, Charlie over at Emergency Awesome, he talked about this kind of briefly, is that these heroes all deal with magic, right? Mythology. Magic, mythology. With Wonder Woman, you're dealing with Greco-Roman gods, the Greek and the Roman panthology of gods. And then with Aquaman, you're dealing with Atlantis, right? Atlantis comes out of mythology, right? So you could kind of cross over into Wonder Woman if you start talking about Poseidon, because I mean, Aquaman is the king of Atlantis. I always thought of him as like the incarnation of Poseidon, right? Here Wonder Woman she's the daughter of Zeus. I have a feeling that Atlanteans are going to have some relation to Poseidon. But then there's the whole, there's probably like Atlantean gods of the sea, gods that are associated with Atlantis, right? And then Shazam deals with magic, the wizard Shazam, right? He faced the 7 deadly sins in that first movie, right? So I think that the DCEU has, they're doing this thing where like the magic heroes are coming to the forefront. And yeah, we know that Dr. Barry Allen is coming and they're going to do Flashpoint. They're going to have to find a way to work science in, but it's like science and magic, they kind of oddly go together. Like think about what Thor said bringing in the MCU, right? He was like, your magic is our science, it's just more advanced, right? The magic that these gods use, right? These Norse gods, these Nordic gods, right? From Norse mythology, it's like, yeah, it's magic to you, but it's our science. But there is a little bit of magic and mystery there as well, right? We could see this play out in the DCU. They could really take that idea and run with it. And there's something interesting there, because as you start to introduce these magic heroes, and then you finally do want to bring a Superman in, well, Superman is vulnerable to magic, right? So now you've got a foe that Superman, he can't just outpunch, right? You bring in a Black Adam, right? Black Adam can go toe-to-toe with Superman, right? One of these black nerd websites actually did their own comic rendition where Black Adam kills the Kingdom Come Superman, right? Because, the lightning, Superman is weak to lightning attacks, and then this is not just lightning, but it's magic lightning, right? So he's susceptible to that, right? He's got a weakness. I think they can go in an interesting direction as they start to introduce more magic-based characters and villains. You can bring in a Batman, right? Because Batman, the master detective, we've got to figure out a way to outsmart this magical-based person. Superman comes in. Oh, Superman's awesome. He's so great. But there's an actual threat here, right? There's a challenge that Superman, where he could die. This thing could kill him. Of course, we've already seen that happen because they blew their load and introduced Doomsday way too early as they're building the mythos around Superman. So that's really where I see the future of the DCEU going, is that you have it based around the magic-based characters. They lead it, and then you can finally, whenever you figure out what the hell you're doing with Superman, you can finally bring Superman back into the fold, and there's a threat where I need this team, right? I'm the Captain America of the team. I'm the leader. I'm Superman. I'm great. I'm awesome. But I actually need you guys. I can't just beat this thing by myself, right? Because, you go back and look at the Justice League. It's like, man, Superman beat the brakes off of Steppenwolf. Like, it's like, what'd you need everybody else here for? Yeah, I know, he got help with the whole mother box thing. But at the end of the day, it's like, Superman beat the brakes off of Steppenwolf. What do you need you guys here for other than to resurrect him? You could have just had Steppenwolf fight Superman in Superman 2, right? And that start the whole Doomsday thing that Zachary Snyder was trying to do, but that's not the story he was doing. As far as this whole release the Schneider Cut, I have no opinion on that. I'm like, don't release the Schneider Cut. Why don't you learn how to make a good Superman movie, right? I mean, I enjoyed Man of Steel. I actually watched it last night, but why don't y'all make us a good Superman movie? And you know what? Actually, I kind of wish they would reboot the whole thing, but that's not going to happen. Let Superman and Lois run off, have their fun, build up these other heroes, and then come back and you have some magic base, some demon or something. I don't know. There's a million of them in the DCEU, and you have some situation where it's like, yo, man, Superman can't punch his way out of this. Maybe bring in the Legion of Doom or something. Lex Luthor, mixes magic with science. There you go. Now you've got a storyline where the science, you have a Barry Allen angle, a Cyborg angle, and a Superman angle, and then you've got a Wonder Woman, an Aquaman, a Shazam, and a Black Adam angle as well. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm interested in hearing from you guys, right? Because when I talk about the DCEU, it's for fun, really. I can get deep into the hero's journey, but outside of that, I'm not a comic book person. I watch the movies, and that's about it. What solutions do you have to fix the DCEU where you can bring all of these characters into the fold under one story, right? Or maybe, who knows? Maybe when you do something with the Green Lantern Corps, that might be a way where you can present a bad guy or a plot that challenges everyone. Superman, Batman, everyone. Maybe the Green Lantern, maybe not having Green Lantern is what's hurting the DCEU. So that might be it. You fix everything by giving us Green Lantern and the Green Lantern Corps. I don't know. But what do you guys, what solution do you guys have to fix the DCEU? And are you excited? Are you hyped that The Rock is finally doing Black Adam after we've been talking about it for, it feels like 15 years. Maybe it hadn't been that long, but it feels like it to me. It feels like we've been talking about The Rock being Black Adam since like 2005, 2006. I don't know. Maybe it's only been since 2007 or 8. That's over a decade. DJ, The Rock. Also, rest in peace to The Rock's father who passed a few days ago. Rest in peace to Rocky Johnson, right? But I don't know. What do you guys think about? What's your solution to fix the DCEU? And are you hyped for Black Adam 2? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be checking back to see what y'all have to say. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and click that subscribe button and take your first steps towards becoming an urban acolyte. Embark on the journey to become the hero of your own story and become a force for change in your community today. Anyway, continue to support the channel. You can do that by checking out more videos on this channel, like my series on Star Wars: The Old Republic, the Jedi Knight story. But that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you always.